standing in front of the burned hulk of City Hall with Deputy Fire Chief Kevin McKinnon. And early this morning, there was a fire here, and I got a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
Okay, so when did this fire start?
We got the call at about 25 after 5. And I was on scene here about 4 minutes later, and burned hulk is maybe a bit of a stretch. There is some fire damage to the main area, but it is not as excessive as I believe some of the rumors running around town are making it sound.
Thank you very much. Yeah. It's good to know that it's not that bad. So how extensive is it? I see first floor looks pretty black.
It mainly has been contained to the main office space. The individual offices had doors closed, and seems to have prevented the spread to that point.
Okay. So second floor looks to be probably intact.
There is some smoke that was up there, but the fire did not spread to the second floor, and appears to have not been in the basement either. So.
Okay. So I know, because I'm part of the Historical Society and related to the museum in some ways, we're curious about any water damage in the basement.
There is some water down there, but our guys were pretty sparse with their use of the water, so I don't believe it'll be significant.
Okay, so you can't tell me whether this was set or accidental or
at this point, the investigation is just getting underway. We're waiting for RCMP. They're sending in an ident investigator, and the Office of the Fire Commissioner has also been contacted. They generally will send an investigator for a fire of this size and value, and so we're waiting on those investigators to arrive. We've done an initial walkthrough and taken some photos, and we'll continue that throughout the morning.
So how long were you fighting this thing?
I would say the bulk of the fire, the knockdown was probably completed within the first 20 to 25 minutes. Certainly by quarter after 6, we were at the point where we were ventilating, getting the smoke out of the building, and just doing a walkthrough to see the extent of the damage.
Well, on behalf of the taxpayers, thank you very much for not letting it go any further. I mean, that'd be a very expensive thing for us to replace.
Absolutely, yeah, it could be.
You, at this point, really have no idea how long it'll be before City Hall can resume services?
No, my understanding is that there's a structural engineer coming in just to confirm that, all of that part is safe. Once that's been done, then the investigators will do their stuff, and then we'll start looking at actually what has to be done for cleanup and so on. So definitely City Hall is closed today for sure.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Great, thanks.
Good job. Well, there you have it. It's not destroyed, it's damaged though, and time will tell. With the events of today, it's been very busy for the local fire rescue people and the police. And even though it has taken some time, Staff Sergeant Jim Harrison has graciously given us a couple minutes of his time to find out what is the legal aspect of this, and let's listen to him right now. I'm in the office of Staff Sergeant Jim Harrison at the local RCMP branch, and this is the top cop, and he's the man with all the answers, as much as he can give me, I would imagine.
Well, I don't know we have all the answers, but we have some of them, so certainly.
Okay, so someone is in custody?
Absolutely. We have a person of interest in custody who was arrested at the scene at approximately 6 o'clock this morning.
Okay, so is this an arson case?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so will they be charged? Do you know this?
At this point, it's a little too early to speculate on that. The investigation is proceeding, and I might add, proceeding very well. We have a fire scene investigator on scene right now. We're waiting for clearance from a structural engineer to make sure that it's safe to go inside the building and commence our investigation. We will be working in consultation with the Grand Forks Fire Department, who also will have an investigator present. So it'll be a team approach in that regard. Certainly we're covering off the criminal end of it. They'll be covering off the end of it that's important to them in regard to the fire itself, and of course our City Hall installation.
Okay, so until he's charged, I guess you can't give me his name or anything like that?
No, absolutely not. At this point he solely remains a person of interest. if and when there are formal charges laid, we certainly will introduce a press release at that time, making those details known.
Okay. Was he found with any physical evidence on him or anything like that?
I can't comment on that.
Okay, yeah, I could.
There's many aspects of the investigation for obvious reasons. You know, until the investigation proceeds further, that we can't discuss publicly. So
I understand.
yeah, we have to kind of be careful not to compromise our investigation in any way.
And do you have any idea of the timeline?
Well, my understanding is the alarm went off somewhere in around the 5:25, 5:30 range, where a smoke alarm and an entry alarm at the City Hall went off, at which point the fire department attended, then advised us that there was a fire and that it appeared that there had been an entry. We arrived on scene shortly after that, worked with the fire department, and then of course the rest of the wheels of the investigation, as you can imagine, is quite complicated, got put into the motion. I personally was on the scene at about 6:30 this morning, and from there, of course, we coordinate our investigation, get all our resources in place. There is a team of investigators from Kootenay Boundary Regional Detachment that have come in to assist us with it. So we're adequately staffed with investigators, and we've had forensic ident on scene already, and yeah, it's all coming together extremely well.
Okay. So do you have any idea how long it'll be before you'll know if he's charged or not?
I can't even speculate on that because, like I said, we're right into the investigation now. So.
And that'll terminate this here. You're saved by the bell. Thank you very much, Staff.
Okay, well.
Well, there you have it. It's arson. Time will tell what will happen. Will he be charged? For GFTV in Grand Forks, I'm Wes, keeping you updated. For those of you who watch City Council next week, I imagine we'll be having it somewhere else.